Hi, I'm Stasia Burrington, and I'm a freelance illustrator working and living in SeaTac, Washington. I've lived here for about 5 years with my husband and our 2 cats. And before this, we were in Lower Queen Anne, Seattle, Bellevue, and I grew up in Montana. Let me give you a quick tour. All right, here's my studio. First, we have on the right my computer scanner printer area for any emails, order fulfillment type of stuff. I have my tools on the wall. And then I've got a vision board over here. I started this practice a few years ago, every year putting together a spread of stuff that I want to have more of in my life, and that's been working pretty well. Here's my closet with a bunch of storage. We got extra postcards, sketchbooks. It looks like a mess, but this stuff really is useful, I promise. You can see into the backyard out here. Then I've got extra paintbrushes, postcards, prints. Keep my enamel pins in these bins here, which are pretty helpful. Some card decks, print storage. And then over here I've got my cutting board, which is one of my favorite objects ever. It's so useful. And then assorted knickknacks and sentimental ephemera that I've collected over the years. I've got art by a lot of my friends and by my mother, family. Then over here I've got even more, just like little things that make me feel good, that are inspiring, things that have feelings attached to them that I would like to continue with my work. Then of course I got some crystals and sticks and rocks and stuff. A hammer, very useful. Then over here is me in my mirror with my iPad, and my little meditation corner, which is another mess, but I like to just kind of sit here and hang out and think. This is my space. This is one of the bedrooms in our home, and it is one of my favorite spaces ever. Yep. So a few years ago, I was approached by Rhoda Ahmed to illustrate her kids' book, May Among the Stars. This was picked up by HarperCollins and is my first mass market illustrated children's book. Illustrating kids' books was my dream when I was little, because that's the job that I knew of, where you could draw and make art and make a living. As an adult, I found you can make art and make money in many different ways. So after going to art school, dropping out, finishing up at another school, in 2009, I quit my bartending and waitressing gig and opened a shop on Etsy, which I still run. I started off selling original art, so drawings and paintings, prints of those drawings and paintings, greeting cards, shrink-dink jewelry, painted enamel cups, flower tea towels, flour sack tea towels, is that what they're called? Anyway, just trying to find out what would sell, what do people want? And so that was a lot of trial and error. And often I would find a product or make a piece and be like, this is gonna be best, this is gonna be it. And no one would be interested. And then I would make something that I was like, this is okay. And people would love it. So it's really a learning curve when you're starting out as an artist, trying to find what is the sweet spot? What am I able to give that people want, right? So yeah, sold prints and originals, and then I evolved to do stickers, t-shirts, printed undies, enamel pins, and tarot and oracle decks. So I have a lot of that in my shop today. And besides online selling, I also started going to Comic-Cons, art festivals, street art festivals, and doing art walks, just trying to get my art in front of as many people as possible. And I would also do a lot of custom work for people. So portraits, wedding invitations, murals, all sorts of stuff. And in the meantime, I was always kind of working on my own personal self-directed stuff in the background. Most of my art is about what it feels like to exist in a female body. Most of my subject matter is a singular woman or girl kind of by herself, kind of in her head, surrounded by flowers or bits of nature, ephemera, tattoos. So much of how we are raised is trying to mold us into this constrained, predictable, inoffensive shape where we're not too loud or don't take up too much space or aren't too demanding. We're actually raised to take care of other people. So in my art, I try to make a space where we can exist without having to conform to a specific shape. We can just relax and feel from inside what we need to be and act from that place of being connected to the earth and other people and finding beauty in those maybe unpredictable, not prescribed attributes or my work is mostly focused on how to be human. And since I am in a female body, what I know best is what it feels like to be me. And hopefully that can speak to other people who are like me. And I'm just trying to make a space that is gentle and welcoming and supportive, and a space where you are allowed to exist in the way that you want to. I guess that's it. And I like to throw some cats and mushrooms and fun, fantastical elements in there too, because I like to play and have fun, and I think you should be allowed to play and have fun too. You have the right to play and have fun. That's it. Here's Momo. Momo is 10 years old. She came from Tacoma. She was found in a barn, and I found her on Craigslist, and she is one of my 2 studio companions. This is Kiki. Kiki is 11, and I brought her home from a shelter when I was living in Bellevue, and she does not want to be held right now. But she will often be right in front of my computer screen when I'm working, or in my lap when I'm trying to paint. I don't know how people work at home without pets. They are lifesavers. This last year, through the pandemic, things have been very different for me. I'm used to traveling quite often for work, to go to Comic-Cons or cat conventions, art shows. It's a lot of movement. I get to use the airport a lot. I'm really close to the airport, so it's super convenient. But this last year, everything's different. So I've been existing a lot online and connecting with other creators and with my customers and my friends and everybody online. So that's been the biggest difference. And it's been, people ask, people ask, how do you be creative during stressful times? And it's been really hard. But also the act of work and the act of creating and the act of sharing work online, and even if it's not somebody buying my art, even if it's just somebody saying, hey, I see this, I see you, and I feel seen, that is enough. That's like all I want right now. God, this last year's been crazy. I've made art to fundraise for progressive politicians. I've sold art to fundraise for social justice causes. That's really helped me stay focused and feel hope and connection with everyone else. So, being able to make art for a living, I am so lucky and so grateful. I'm surrounded by supportive friends, family, colleagues, and my customers are the best, such cool people. I've been able to travel many places I probably wouldn't have if I weren't vending at conventions and going to festivals, art festivals. And this has let me meet so many interesting, creative, hardworking, curious problem solvers and small business people. So many people working to make the world a kinder and more beautiful place. And I'm so grateful to be among you all. Thank you so much for your time, and maybe we'll meet someday. Till then, bye.